everybody. Are you all ready to find out, to learn about building boats? Today we have a special guest, Mr. Ray Turner. He is the quality inspector for Lockheed for many years, and now he is the author of the best-selling book, You Can Build a Sailboat. Let's give him a big hand. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard. Please tell me what inspired you to write a book about how anybody can build a sailboat.
Well, Paul, there were two reasons. First, I wanted to convince all of the sailing enthusiasts that have wanted to build a sailboat of their own, but have felt that they just didn't have the correct tools, the expertise, or the knowledge to do it. And I wanted to show them that they could.
I mean, somebody like me who has a very limited amount of tools and cannot possibly hammer a nail straight for the love of my whatever, I can build a boat.
Well, Paul, I think first I better take you home after the meeting and show you how to nail a hammer with a hammer. But aside from that, Paul, I want to assure you that with a minimum of tools and the instructions that are in that book, chapter by chapter, you could build a wonderful boat that you could be proud of.
Why a sailboat?
Well, here's the reason. Traditionally, boats have been built with frames to go crossways the boat, that's support ships, if you want to use the term, and longitudinal pieces that are called strakes, so they're planks. And the boats have been built that way for centuries. And they're very heavy, they're very strong, but also they take time, and also they're not within the realm of the average boat builder who's just beginning, because you need steam equipment to be able to steam the clamps or the planks to get them. Her best boat is a plywood boat.
A plywood boat?
Right. And the reason for that is it does not have to be steam bent, and the sheet-like strength of the plywood allows you to use less frames across the boat, and it makes a very strong and a very light boat, one that's easily to be built. And also, it takes one coat of fiberglass, and it looks just like the newest boats that are being produced commercially.
So you're telling me that I could build a boat. I have a very limited amount of space. Do I need like a hangar or something of that nature?
Well, I think I better qualify the type of sailboat that I'm talking about. I think the best size of a sailboat for a beginner could be anywhere from 8 feet to 17 feet. I built one of my boats inside of a garage where I had only 3 inches space on either side, 6 inches at the back of the boat set, and I was able to build it enough to be able to bring it out and finish it. So you don't need a lot of space to build a boat.
How many boats did you say you built?
I built 3 of them.
3 boats? It was fairly simple. Did you? Where did you get the plans for this? Did you design it?
No, I didn't design it. There are many boat plans out there. In fact, right now, if you were to get on the internet and just type in sailboat plans, we'd have a number of sites that would give you information where you can get them.
For example, what is one that you would recommend to somebody just beginning?
I would recommend you contact the Glen L. Witt Marine Design Company in Bellflower, California. They have a catalog that they put out that covers boats all the way from 8 feet to almost 100 feet. Heavy sailboats, powerboats, whatever. They have excellent plans, and they also offer not only that, but they offer kits. So you can purchase a kit which has all the crosswise pieces, the plans. When the kit comes, and all the sailboats are built upside down on a regular stand. It looks like a table without a top. And so therefore you can place the crosswise pieces on it, and through their instructions you can shape the plywood, and you can build it.
I'm hearing a lot about something called stitch and glue.
friend of mine was telling me he used stitching glue for his latest boat, and what is it, like a model?
Well, this has amazed me. I've never built one like that, but I've read up on it. And there's, in fact, the Marine Design Company actually puts out a CD which will instruct you in building one. But it's become a very popular way to build sailboats. They call it stitch and glue. You actually drill holes in the two members that you made it, and you put copper wire through them, and they sell the long rolls of the wire. And you tighten all the wire up so the glue dries. All sailboats have glue put on both mating members. And then when they're dry, you just pull out the copper wire, turn the hull over, and you have a strong hull that doesn't have frames in it. And boats like that are being built from 8 feet all the way up to almost 20 feet. Very popular way to build it.
Is it done after you put the glue, or do you have to put something else?
No, you
cover that.
Like I say, I have never built one like that. My book concerns plywood boats.
Oh, so really, this is just absolutely fabulously. I'm flabbergasted. You were telling me before the show started that I could build a boat, he could build a boat, you could build a boat, and it would not cost any more than that of a used car, or maybe less.
Well, I wouldn't say that. But, I will say this, to give you an idea, a commercial sailboat, say range 15 feet, one very popular one is called the Lido, it will run you about $7,000. And on top of that, you have to get the trailer, and that doesn't include the mast, or the sails, or the running gear on the boat. You could build plywood boats for much less. A 15-foot boat would only require 4 pieces of marine plywood, and plus the side members. And the fiberglass is sold commercially, or the Glenn Witt Design Company will send you a package of fiberglass. You could build it for far less. I would estimate no more than $1,500, but right around $700 or $800.
Honestly. Wow. Well, for somebody like myself, who is a neophyte in building boats, what words of wisdom can you instill upon me?
You'd like some advice?
Yes.
Well, I do have some advice. For one thing, and this applies to all projects, not just sailboat projects, you want to make sure you have at least half of the money to finish the job, preferably the whole amount. And secondly, you should have a time in your life when well, things are running along smoothly, but you don't have a whole lot of pressure on you, and if you also have some time you can spend building one, possibly on the weekend or maybe just 2 hours in the evening. When you finish that, you want to ask yourself something else too. You want to ask yourself really deep down, do you really, really want to build a sailboat? Or you're thinking about it and you say, well, it'd be nice, and I think I could do it. You want to have inside of yourself the chutzpah or the tenacity to go ahead and complete the job.
I see from the look of my assistant that it's time for us to take a break. I want to thank you for joining us on Ahoy. Let's give Ray a big hand.